I've wanted to come here for the longest time. Having both my parents being from Iraq, the Middle East in general has called my name. I always wanted to go, but it was never easy since visiting my roots would mean going to Baghdad, which has not been the safest of all places the last couple of years. Times are however changing, and now I'm in a place in my life where travel is how I live. I therefore decided to start my journey through the Middle Eastern countries by going to the one my parents met in, and that I've heard stories from since I was a kid because of its beauty and hospitality. Jordan.
Hello, we're finally in Amman, Jordan. I'm very excited, obviously, because it's super close to Iraq, so it feels like I'm getting very close to my roots. And today we're just gonna explore town, so come with us and see what we can find. Exactly like Mexico. So right now we're just looking for a place to eat because we're starving.
Hello.
And hello. And we're gonna see what we find. He did say it's this way, so I have no idea if it is or if it's further, but we're just gonna walk around and see. Probably we're gonna find a restaurant somewhere. So let's see where we end up. Okay, I want to eat here. For sure I want to eat here. It's chicken. Should we go inside? نقدر نصور هنا؟
في المطعم يعني؟
ايه المطعم؟
مش مشكلة بس ما تصورنيش.
لا ما مشكلة. شكرا. The shisha is only 4. Oh my. I'm gonna try to get chicken. But I think now I'm gonna get the shish tawuk. Ooh, with the yogurt sauce. I haven't had yogurt sauce in a minute. I always do it at home, but I haven't been at home for a while, so I'm so excited. Just asked if we're allowed to film when they're cooking the food.
Mix.
You have to see tabbouleh because tabbouleh is it's my favorite salad in the world. And it's 1 here. It's 1 Jordan dinar. And in Sweden I would buy it and like literally 1 plate is like 9 euros. It's ridiculous.
Kit Kat.
Kit Kat. Restaurant Kit Kat.
Kit Kat. Amman.
Amman restaurant Kit Kat.
Very, very good.
Very good. Come join.
Yes.
Come to Kit Kat. Aww. Shukran. This is my favorite thing in the world. Like, I'm not even exaggerating just for like the video or anything. I love tabbouleh. My mom always makes it, and if she doesn't make it, I literally go buy it. And it's parsley, bulgur, tomato. It honestly never gets too sour for me because I used to eat lemon with salt when I was a kid as a snack. Shukran. Olive oil. It's so good, I can't. I love this salad from the bottom of my heart. Like, this is like, for me, if I don't know what I want to eat, this is it. Like, every time, there's not a moment in my life where I don't want to have tabbouleh. We just got everything. Like, we just finished the food, and now they just came out with all of this. Like, he said he was gonna give something for free, and he explained a little bit, but I feel like I didn't catch everything, and now he came out with all of this. All of this, after we just finished a lot of food. I'm gonna try everything, even though my stomach is bursting, and I've already unbuttoned like one of the jeans. But obviously I have to try this. have no idea what kind of fish it is, but I feel like I'm gonna be full for the rest of the day because I'm not. Because I also eat it all with bread.
Okay, I will try this croquetas. It's from chicken or what?
It's chicken.
Okay. Let's see.
Have you tried Middle Eastern food before?
No, this is the first time. So I had to do it with this,
Yeah, I would eat it with the bread, put some sauces on this.
like this.
Yeah?
This is a bread pita, right? Mm-hmm. I love this. It's so nice. This is hummus. No, this
That's
is.
hummus.
And this one.
It's baba ganoush.
Okay. We're gonna try that. So this is
Tabbouleh.
tabbouleh.
Yes.
It's nice.
This is so good.
Así como se prepara. Vamos a ver qué tal.
Yeah? Bang it. We're leaving the restaurant now, and not only were they incredibly happy to see us and just welcomed us with everything, they also gave us all the food for free. We did not pay anything for that food, and then they kept bringing more food. And we have a lot of leftovers, so we're probably gonna go back to where we're staying at the hostel and share our food, because we cannot just eat this alone. And honestly, amazing. Another really good example of Middle Eastern hospitality. And I'm incredibly happy that this happened, because it just shows it's so easy. We don't even have to look for anywhere specific to show the hospitality of the Middle East. We can just go on the street and we will just experience it daily everywhere. And it's incredible. I'm incredibly happy for this.
Something I didn't know about Jordan prior to coming here was the amount of Greek-Roman architecture that they have. Jerash, located north of Amman, is famous for being one of the best preserved Greek-Roman cities in all of the Middle East. Its history dating back to over 6,500 years ago. We were not allowed to enter with our cameras here, so we filmed with our phones instead to showcase parts of this beautiful city. A long, hot walk inside the old city of Jerash, and an amazing 50-cent falafel later, we were on our way to our next location. Amman was the perfect base to have for the smaller day trips we had planned. There was one place in particular that I've been intrigued to see since I played an old Pink Panther game as a kid: the Dead Sea. A salt lake located on the lowest point of Earth, around 398 meters below sea level. The people at the hostel helped us arrange a car with the driver, and we were on our way. There were different yet limited options on where to go swim in the Dead Sea. What seemed like the easiest option though was to go via a hotel. But to be very honest with you, that ended up not being the best option.
Flotando. Hello, it's video. Are you floating?
I'm struggling.
That's so nice.
As in, yes, we got to enjoy and have the comforts of showers and dressing rooms. However, we were not allowed to bring our camera inside, so we had to film with my phone. We decided that we were just gonna make the most out of our day, float around in the water and cover ourselves in the very rich mineral clay, making it a self-care day. The streets of Amman offer a beautiful insight to Middle Eastern culture. From the classic shisha shops on every street to the smell of street food. Amman offering freshly pressed juices and traditional clothing stores. Here, they have both Jordanian and Palestinian traditional clothing. The dresses are called kaftan or afug and are most commonly used in hennas, pre-wedding parties, or at weddings. This shop had clothing for both men and women for all weathers. The shop owner explained that the long jackets called farwas are used when the weather is colder but you still want to wear traditional attire. Absolutely stunning. Right under our hostel was this family-owned shop where we would pass every day, say hi and talk a bit to the people working.
بتحب السبايسي ولا بتحب سبايسي؟
لا أحب سبايسي بس مو كلش سبايسي ها شوية سبايسي.
ضروري.
أوه لا هو كثير
حارة؟ هذا شغلنا هذا.
هاي
هذول شغلنا يلا تسلي بيهم يلا تسلي بيهم صحة وعافية.
Banging.
عايشة بالسويد ليش محروقة
شنو؟
محروقة كثير ليش؟
محروقة؟ يعني كان؟ إنه أنا شنو بالماروكو شنو بإسبانيا. فاهم.
This day, the dad wanted to show us how he roasts and flavors the nuts and seeds that they sell. They heat up the salt, put the seeds in, add a secret spice mix, and blend it with water. Easy and very flavorful, a staple in any Middle Eastern household, especially when guests arrive.
How it is?
It's very good. I even eat the chip. I didn't.
So no.
I like.
Want to try?
I asked him where I could get a container for my argan oil that I bought prior in Morocco. He gave me some free snacks and then walked me to a perfume shop nearby. The perfume shop was owned by a man from Mosul, Iraq, who welcomed us with open arms, super happy about me being Iraqi too. As per usual, the Middle Eastern hospitality shined through, as the man wanted to give me a gift, a perfume of my own choice.
عربي لا عربي عربي عربي.
He had a wide selection of smells, and any perfume you would like, any dupe, he would be able to make it.
هالشكل تبين اكثر. هذا زيت مركز.
عشان تروح تنسى الريحة الأولانية.
هاي لو
حتى لا يعني okay, so they told me to smell the coffee to like cleanse, not my palate, but obviously, but like cleanse for my nose so I can smell the next one.
I personally don't really wear perfume, so I asked for something very natural, and ending up getting one with lavender and vanilla. My welcome to Jordan remained equally warm as the first day, and this continued throughout my entire trip.
Okay. شكرا.
هاي تبغى فانيلا ما تجي. بس لا اكثر من هذا. هي مركزة بزيادة على مود
He just gave me this perfume that I got to make. I got to choose like the different smells that I wanted, and he just gave me that for free as well. He's from Iraq, so he's come here from Iraq, and he's working here and has this perfume shop, and he just gave me my own little smell that I can have.
On our plane to Jordan, I was seated next to the Scottish guy, Fraser. We quickly became friends and ended up spending the entire flight talking about the trip to come, as it was the first time in Jordan for both of us. Fraser was in Amman for work, so we decided to meet up to indulge in the culture. And honestly, what better way to do this than to explore the food scene where the locals eat.
Bless him. Banging. Honestly, low cooked lamb.
After having delicious maqluba fed to us by the manager, our stomachs were bursting. The only way to solve this was to move on to dessert.
Standing in line for apparently the best kunafa in town. And every Jordan person, everyone from Jordan has told us to come here, so we had to try it. So now we're just standing in this long ass line to get this, and hopefully it's gonna be worth it. I really think so. If all the Arabs are standing in line, it's gonna be worth it.
Kunafa, a traditional Middle Eastern dessert made from kataifi pastry, typically layered with cheese, soaked in a very sweet syrup called atar.
Everyone talks to you in Arabic.
Yeah, ¿verdad? Una chica. Hablo español.
You can find kunafa all over the Middle East, but this particular place had a long line of locals waiting for a piece. Every night we spent in Amman. So obviously we had to try it.
I'm so excited. Where can we sit? Maybe here? This is the famous kunafa from Amman. Oh my god, look at this. Banging.
What's that?
Kunafa is like, I don't know how to describe it. It's very Middle Eastern, it's like a sweet dessert. I've had it many times. But here it's so good. Like there's a reason why there was a whole line for this. This is perfect kunafa. Look at this.
Our last night in Amman had come to an end, and in the morning we were going to start moving towards the desert. Iram and I arrived in the afternoon, so using our Jordan pass to get into Petra was not an option, as we wanted the full day at the site. Instead, we heard of Little Petra, a smaller part of the site with free entrance. We decided to head there to get a little sneak peek, together with some people we met at the hostel. Billy, a British guy we met while filming in Morocco, who had just arrived from Egypt. Adam and Freddie, who were traveling through the Middle East with their motorcycles. And Nia, a girl from Spain that was staying in Jordan to work with stray animals. You can find her Instagram and support her here.
See you guys!
This is. They were laughing at me. They were like you have all of this and then you're like picking up these bugs. Like I'm like, but they are so nice and they're everywhere. It's no fun anymore. They're never gonna. So welcome to Jordan.
If you kick that.
Yeah, I know.
Don't put it down.
No, never. I would never. What is happening now? Like.
Here we go.
I feel like we're taking it a bit too far.
You need a little one.
I literally just wanted this. Like, I'm like.
We arrived back at the hostel at a perfect time as the food was being served. For a small amount of money, everyone shared an amazing dinner consisting of traditional Jordanian maklouba, and afterwards, the hostel owner taught the guests how to dance tabqa. It was incredible to see everyone coming together to enjoy a meal and then dance together, learning about the culture of the country, and all of this in a hostel for $7 a night. Since none of us had really explored the town yet, we decided to go out and see what we could find. Despite Petra itself being a very known tourist attraction, Wadi Musa, which is the nearest town to the site, didn't feel like it was swarmed by tourism. We found a shisha cafe where we were the only tourists, and it ended up being a very Arabic evening. Lots of tea together with grape mint and double apple shisha. And a very homey feeling as well, when the owner even brought out a big speaker so we could connect our phones and play music.
Don't make it weird.
Personally, I really love this type of vibe. It's something I grew up with, so it made me really happy to see that guys enjoy it as much as me. All of us woke up super pumped the next morning, as it was finally time for something we had all been looking forward to. None of us realized just how big the site was prior to visiting, as the Instagram pictures almost always just showcases the famous treasury. It felt like a true adventure to try to find the best viewpoint without a guide. And after hiking around off-road for about 3 hours, we finally did it. Petra. Greeted with Jordanian tea, we had the perfect view from above, seeing all the tourists down by the treasury looking like small ants from where we were standing. Petra is truly stunning. It's a place of ancient history, the whole city half built, half carved into the rocks in the desert. There are so many passages and gorges. There really is a reason as to why it is one of the world's most famous archaeological sites. It's the most popular tourist site in Jordan and probably the side of Jordan that people see the most on social media. Going down to the treasury, the atmosphere really changes and everything is clearly revolved around tourism. People everywhere are taking photos, camels for rent to spice up their holiday picture, fake Bedouins dressed up for entertainment, in a very hectic environment overall. But to be honest, it's just like any other touristy site around the world. We quickly learned that one day is not enough if you truly want to see all of the parts of Petra. And despite the very touristy atmosphere during the day at different hotspots, the atmosphere once again changed as the sun was setting. We walked up to the monastery, which was pretty much empty of people when we got there. Iram went up one of the viewpoints to capture the sunset, and me, I was having tea with 3 other travelers and a true Bedouin, one of the few still living there since prehistoric times, while watching the sunset over the mountains. It was a magical ending to a successful day of exploring Petra, both by day and by night. Before coming to Jordan, it was important that we had contacts. When we did our first video in Culiacan, Iram was the contact, so it was easier to plan things out because we were doing the video together and it was in his home city. However, this time, we didn't really know anyone from Jordan, so I decided it was time to turn to Instagram. I wrote a post about how we are filming in Jordan and how we would appreciate any contacts anyone might have in this country. A handful of people reached out, and one contact that we ended up seeing in Jordan was Atala. Atala had been the guide for a couple I met in Guatemala, Elea and Mateos. You can check out their Instagram and Elea's travel agency in the description. Thank you guys once again for the contact.
This area is stunning. You see big rock formations everywhere. It's a bit different from other deserts that I've seen at least. And the camels are just roaming free, which is super nice. We just saw one while driving and it's like living its best life.
I contacted him to explain what we were looking to do, and he loved the idea. He picked us up by the bus station near the entrance to Wadi Rum, gave us a place to stay, food, and made sure we got a proper introduction to the desert life. Bedouins are nomadic Arab tribes, and despite Atala and his brothers working with the tourists, living mostly in the village, his family still lives a nomadic life. To put things into perspective, they didn't have a water tank until 2018. So essentially for them, this is the way they grew up and have lived their entire lives. This is also the reason why we didn't film the women, as they didn't feel comfortable with it. Wadi Rum is not massive, and with the luxury camps taking over the space, there's little room for the nomads to move around with their cattle, which they depend on. The desert was filled with camps, some of them abandoned or just getting built. We wanted to hear Atala's perspective on the situation in Wadi Rum.
My name is Atala. I work in the desert, a Bedouin guide. Tourism in the beginning was very nice for Bedouins, but for now, when there is too many tourism, it's make the Bedouin life change. So they are making so much building the investors for the tourists, so it's not become any more desert for Bedouin lifestyle. So the Bedouins in the beginning work on tourism and they earn very good. Then when there is too many tourism comes, there is a lot of people from outside. They come and they build hotels, and investors from Gulfs and from Europe, even they come to make big hotels in desert, which is not a Bedouin way of life, because the Bedouins, they are used to live in very quiet area and they let their animals free around them. But since they build all of this building in the desert, the animals, Bedouins, they didn't feel freedom anymore. So some of them, they go back to live in the village, they give up, and some of them, they live far away in the desert, which is very hard for them. I am working with tourism by ecotourism, so my way is nomad way. So I stay in place, I come in place, the next morning I leave and I don't let anything behind me. So I went to the desert as for me, as for my kids, or for next generation, they see it as I see it. If I could change one thing in Wadi Rum, I would just remove all the camps and everything being built in the desert. The desert will be very beautiful after. Wadi Rum is my home, so I love it and I will never leave this area. Whatever happens, I will stay in the desert. I will live and die in this desert.
We are on our way to a different family to see how they live as well. So he's taking us there.
We met with Atalla's brother, Defalla, who took us together with a friend of the family, Stephanie, to visit another Bedouin family living nomadically. We sat down with him and his son, ate, and spent time together before heading back to the village. Iram and I ended up joining the tourists on their tour, as they drank tea, ate good food, and camped out under the stars, while Defalla was telling them stories about the life in the desert. There are a few key things we wanted to show in this video. Stunning architecture and beautiful landscapes, but also the other side of tourism to make people aware, and honestly to hopefully influence people into making more eco-friendly choices of tourism. By choosing to go with the locals, you not only support the local economy, but also the environment. The Bedouins care about the desert, it's their home, and they know how to treat it right. Because here's the thing, Jordan is a country with a lot of tourism. It's a relatively easy country to travel to, and people are not complete strangers to the idea of coming here, despite it being located in the Middle East. This is beautiful because travelers from all over the world are able to come here and see the beauty of the Middle East and its culture. People get to see history and beautiful nature, whilst being immersed into a culture which is special to this region of the world. I ended up staying in Jordan longer by myself, as Iram left to continue his travels. Atalla and his family welcomed me with open arms, a solo female traveler living with a family of Bedouins in the desert.
Immediately noticed when we were coming over to the sheep, and they are very much protecting the area, but in a very friendly way. Like they come and they want to come and have a nice time, but at the same time you can tell they're very much protecting the area. There's even a dog over there, you can see it following the sheep where they're going, and it's super nice. They were protecting us all night because there are different animals coming here. They said wolves and foxes, so they have dogs protecting their homes, and all nights whenever something was coming close you could hear them going crazy. Hello guys, should we go a bit further? A little bit, is that okay with you? Come on now.
Tuna like this, no?
Yes, we'll put it somewhere. Maybe.
نروح بالسيارة؟ هسه؟
هو يقولوا نروح مع السيارة مع السيارة.
My last night we went out with the jeep and I decided to leave camp to climb one of the rocks. I spent my night sleeping there, right under the stars, alone, until a fox came to join me at one point. That experience was definitely something. The family did not only welcome Iram and I, but also our friends, and I will forever be grateful for what we got to experience. I decided to end my trip by the sea in Aqaba. As soon as I arrived, a friend I met in Brazil, Nasa, from Ireland, another thank you, set me up with her friend Samir, who does boat tours on the Red Sea. There, I ended up spending 3 days just diving, snorkeling, eating good food, making new friends, and relaxing. They took me in like a sister immediately, and not once, not in Aqaba nor in Wadi Rum, did they ever ask for anything in return. From neither Iram, me, or our friends. A massive thank you to Atal and his family in Wadi Rum. We'll leave the information and contacts below in the description if you're ever in Wadi Rum Desert and want to do a tour. Another thank you goes to Samir and the Trident crew for taking me in as a sister my last days in Jordan. We wanted to show Arab hospitality, and without even trying, we succeeded. شكراً إلى الأردن على هذا المرة. مع السلامة.